Well, we are so thankful to have you on today. We're excited to hear a little bit about your story. And um, why don't we just start off with you telling us about yourself, what you do by day, and then your fun side hustle?
Yeah, so I'm Michelle Edwards, and I'm a corporate lawyer. That's my day job, and as I say, I'm a corporate lawyer by day, and I'm a fashion devotee, and dream of traveling all the time by night. I currently work in house for an equipment manufacturer, and happily for everyone involved, we help make paper. We basically make the equipment that takes pulp and turns it into paper. So I do that, and that's what I do today. Sorry, a little technical glitch there. We've been doing, we make, like I said, we make toilet paper. That's been especially exciting for us during this pandemic for whatever reason. I don't know why. And, my side hustle is kind of my blog and Instagram, and they're a creative outlet for me. And I've enjoyed doing that for quite some time.
So, a rebel in Prada is your Instagram and your style persona. How did that start?
So interestingly enough, 4 or 5 years ago, my friends I would see out and about would say, you should start a blog and talk about, fashion and what it means to you and how you curate your closet and what you buy and how you choose between this piece and that. And I just kind of kept, oh, okay, I'll think about it. And I'm also a total fashion history geek. I love the history of designers and fashion, and to talk about who did what and what inspired what and how art can work in that and all of that. And so through that process and kind of getting my own confidence to be able to do it, A Rebel in Prada was born. I will tell you, once I did it, my college friends would have told me, oh, of course, that's what you would have done if it would have existed back in my day. So that's how it kind of all started. And I like to kind of walk people through the name a little bit. So like I'm very proud graduate of the University of Mississippi, hotty toddy, let's go Rebels. And so the name kind of came from, I am a rebel through and through, and I'm occasionally in Prada. It was a little bit of a play on the Devil's Wear Prada, a rebel in Prada, but I thought it was very kind of fit me and who I am. So that's where the genesis of the name came, and it's fun to use that in different things.
Well, you've been so successful. So what I love about your story is that you are highly successful in your normal working business hours. And then what was it that what switch flipped and you just decided today is the day that I'm going to create this, or kind of put myself out there? It's really been a day today, like women sharing that it was just like a moment where they just decided to be a little bit vulnerable and put themselves out there. What was that moment for you?
So it did take a while to get the confidence to do it. And I consider myself actually a really confident person as a general rule, but to be able to put myself out there in that kind of in a different way and have this creative outlet, it did take me some time to kind of run through that in my mind. But one day I just kind of went, and I was kind of doing it little by little and posting a couple of things on Instagram. And then at some point I was like, well, girl, you are not getting any younger, and you might as well, if you're going to do it, go big and just start doing it. And so I did. I got some help because some of this needed to be outsourced as I worked full time. And so I got help to start to do that and to get it under control and talk, get through some of the technical issues that we talk about, you learn and face. And I started doing it. And then it was just fun. and it's just been a great creative outlet for me, something I can turn to when my workday is done, and it's fun for me to do. And I've also met some really incredible people along the way doing it that I wouldn't have necessarily met but for kind of getting involved in the space a little bit. So I'm very blessed with that.
I love your motto of living younger longer, and that seems to pair very nicely with this, because I have found personally, and Lauren, I bet you would agree with it, like putting yourself out there really does make you almost feel young again. I mean, you know, like for me, I'm 45. I just felt like, oh, it's like, this is so exciting. It's almost like I'm like back in college and like trying to figure out what my new job's going to be, you know, like there's that level of excitement. How have you seen like being creative help you feel like you're living younger longer?
Yeah, well, I mean, it definitely is that, and you start to learn to do you know, things that other people talk about. It does kind of, you recreate yourself a little bit, which is kind of fun. And like you know, a lot of the people I've met along the way are younger than me, and that's a blast for me. I do not mind in any way, shape, or form walking in a room of a bunch of like influencers here in Atlanta, and guess who's the oldest in the room? And it's all good. I know I am. I don't care. I'm glad to be there. I learned something from them, and maybe they learned something from me. So that's been kind of fun. But you know, I must say that I don't really think age is what defines me. I still think I'm a 21-year-old at the University of Mississippi. About to go meet my sorority sisters out at the gym. I mean, there is a piece of me that still believes that of myself, and then I have to go back and do all my adulting during the day. But it's kind of living younger longer is a kind of motto for me, to, as I age, to kind of talk about, you don't have to necessarily grow old gracefully. I want to live well. I want to live healthy. I want to talk about how I do that to the extent, God willing, I can continue to do it. And some of that is through fashion. I mean, fashion